Hey guys, so I asked over on my Instagram and my community tab on YouTube if my subscribers have any questions for me, because I've just hit 4,000 subscribers, which is so exciting and I'm so hyped about it. It is ridiculous, and I just thought it was probably time for my subscribers to get to know me. So in this video I'm going to be answering a bunch of questions that you asked, just doing a little Q&A slash get to know me. So let's get into it. I have a bunch of questions written down on my phone, and yeah, I'm just basically going to be answering the questions honestly. Like, there were quite a few questions, some of which were like Harry Potter related, some of which were like just like about me, so we've got like a good mix in here. I just want to do a cheeky plug to my Instagram as well, because I got the most questions on my Instagram DMs. So if you do want to ask any questions or you just enjoy my content, then like go follow me on Instagram as well, because that is where I got the majority of my questions from. I don't know why I feel nervous. Like, I've seen all the questions obviously. Like, there's nothing too bad in here. It's just like, I don't know, feels quite exposing, doesn't it, answering them on the internet? But let's go. So the first question I thought was quite funny, and it's, how do you eat so much food and stay slim? I thought this was a really good question, because it just perfectly highlights how YouTube and social media, a lot of it is a highlight reel. So you're not seeing my everyday, you're not seeing what I eat day to day every single day. I have thought about doing a video just doing like a what I eat in a week as a vegetarian kind of thing, because I am vegetarian, in case you didn't know. I don't think I eat that much, and I think maybe because I'm still quite young, like I have a decent metabolism and like I walk a fair amount. But like, you've got to remember that when you're seeing these videos of me doing like food challenges and like just eating in a weekend, that's just across a weekend, or that's just for a video, and then after that I go back to like eating normally. So I'm not eating like donuts all the time, or like only eating one specific like colour for like 24 hours. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just for the video. So like, when I go back to eating normally, like obviously if I'd have gained any weight from that, like, you're not going to gain weight from like doing something for like 1 or 2 days, do you know what I mean? So you only see like a little bit of what I eat basically. So I don't eat loads of food. Like, I think I eat like a good amount. Like, I don't really track my calories or my food or anything like that. I had a very difficult relationship with food for like a really long time, and to be honest, I was thinking about doing a video on that, because I have actually lost I think total like 42 pounds, which is a lot of weight. So I was thinking about doing a video talking about like how I lost that weight and stuff, but like honestly it's hard, because some elements of that weren't healthy, some of the elements of that were healthy. So I just want to make sure that what I'm putting out on the internet is like the right message. Like, I definitely do eat too much junk food, and I definitely do need to cut down on things like chocolate and like sweet stuff. Like, I have the biggest sweet tooth ever. It is insane. Throughout the week I will have like healthy meals, and like I do have a lot of snacks. I can't, like, some of it is like genetics, so like having a fast metabolism, like drinking lots of water, and then some of it is just the fact that like I also do have like healthy meals, guys. Like, I'm not just like, I am the donut queen, don't get me wrong, but I'm not just solely eating donuts. But also, what works for one person is not going to work for another person, because all of our bodies are different, and in order for us to like live our best life, we need to understand our own body. Hopefully that's kind of like answered that question in a roundabout sort of way. The next question is, how old are you? I just turned 27 on March 24th. That's my birthday, in case anyone wants to send me a gift next year. I feel mentally probably about 21, to be honest. Probably maybe even younger than that. Let's not talk about it. 27. Oh, that is good. That's some good coffee. The next question is a really good one as well, and it's, how are you dealing with losing your dad / coping with the grief? Obviously, if you've been here for a while, you'll probably see that my dad passed away in 2020, and like, it's weird, because sometimes you can be doing really well and then something can like knock you back a little bit, and like you'll get reminded. Honestly, I think I'm in a place at the moment where I'm doing really well with it. Like, I was in a really dark place for a while. It was kind of hard to see like time in the future where things would feel good. To be honest, at the moment I feel like I'm actually doing quite well with the grief. Like, it's obviously difficult, and losing someone who you thought, you know, you would have forever is something that's like really hard to come to terms with, and I don't really truly think you ever fully come to terms with it. And I was talking to my mum about this yesterday, and I feel like it doesn't actually get easier losing someone. You do just get stronger, and you sort of learn how to cope with it more. I really hope that losing my dad is the worst thing that's ever going to happen to me. Like, I really don't want there to be anything worse to happen, because it was like by far the hardest period of my entire life. It was incomprehensibly hard. Like, I can't put it into words how bad it was. Like, I take him with me, do you know what I mean? Like, everywhere I go, like whenever I'm traveling, like whenever I get to do something cool and fun that I would want to tell him about, in my head I'm like, he's here with me, and he can like see me doing this stuff, and he can experience it like vicariously through me. To answer the question of like how I'm coping with it and like how I'm doing, like I'm doing okay. Like, I'm probably doing the best that I've ever done, and it really is just time. Like, I'm not saying it makes it easier, and I'm not saying like I don't miss him every day and I don't wish that he could be back here. Like, of course I do. I to realise that there's nothing you can do but carry on and keep living your life. And like, my whole thing is that now my dad's gone and like he didn't get to live as much life as he deserved to live, I am going to try and live the most that I can. I just want to do loads of cool shit and like live as much as I can and like experience the most that I possibly can in order to like make him proud and know that like my life wasn't wasted and he can be like proud of his daughter. Oh, my voice is like cracking as I'm saying this, like I'm so emotional. But yeah, I'm doing okay. Like, I am genuinely doing okay. Thank you for asking that. That's a really nice question to be asked. And I just want to talk about him as much as possible, really, because I miss him and he will always be my dad. Do you know what I mean? Like, no one can take that away from me, so that's a nice thing that I sort of hold on. And if I ever need him, like, I have him like in here. Do you know? Wipe the tears away. Yeah, the next question was sent in by my boyfriend. I thought it was cute. What made you fall in love with your boyfriend? That's what he wants to know. Basically just getting to know him and seeing how kind and loving and supportive and just truly altruistic and selfless he is. The way he makes me feel as well is like, I've never felt this way about anyone else before, and I just think he's such a special person and I would like to keep him forever. I guess it was kind of his kindness which made me fall in love with him, and like how much he loves me and treats me with such like respect. He's just perfect. He's just amazing. I am obsessed with him. Love him so much. So we have a couple of Harry Potter questions, so maybe I will answer all of them together. Yeah, I'll do them here. But there's some more like general questions in the end. What is your Hogwarts house? I am a Gryffindor. I've always done tests and it's always been either Gryffindor or either Ravenclaw. So I like did a little bit of investigation recently to figure out which one it was, because loads of people have been asking me this. Mostly a Gryffindor. And just as a fun fact, my Patronus is an otter. Same as Hermione's. Who is your favourite Harry Potter character? This one is really tricky because there are so many characters that I absolutely adore and love. If I was like in the Harry Potter series, like if I could be written into the Harry Potter series, I feel like Hermione would be like the coolest character to be. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would enjoy being her character, like on cool adventures. She's super smart, she's super beautiful, like Hermione ticks all the boxes, do you know what I mean? She's fabulous. I do actually really like Harry's character. I know that's like kind of controversial for actual Potterheads. I really like Draco's character as well. Luna's brilliant as well, of course. Dumbledore, like I really like Dumbledore. Snape, McGonagall. I really like Newt as well, just in the wizarding world. I really like Lupin as well. I really like the Weasley brothers. Let's say Hermione. Let's say Hermione. I don't know if that's my actual definite answer, but she's who is coming to mind at the moment. Next question is, when did you start becoming a Harry Potter fan? I went to watch the movies with my dad in the cinemas when I was younger, and I like enjoyed it as a kid. Like, I thought it was cool. Like, I thought the concept and the whole like world building thing was really, really cool. However, I didn't actually super get into it as like a hardcore fan until like probably like a couple months before my dad passed away. I actually ended up reading the books. It was really comforting during that, and like my dad was really ill and I couldn't be with him, and like I knew that he loved the Harry Potter films as well, so it was almost like me reading the books allowed me to feel close to him. I actually got this tattoo, this little lightning bolt tattoo, to represent the sort of bond that I have with my dad through Harry Potter, because we were both huge fans. My dad loved it. I guess it would have only been really about 2 years ago where I became a die-hard fan, but I've always been like a general fan of Harry Potter, if that makes sense. And the final Harry Potter question, I think this one is a really, really good question. What is one change you wish they would have made to the Harry Potter films? And I know exactly what it is without even thinking about it. So in the final film where everybody thinks Harry's died and he's like laying there in Hagrid's arms, and like they've come to Hogwarts after the Battle of Hogwarts, Voldemort's there and he's like, ha ha ha, Harry Potter's dead, and like then Harry comes back to life and like jumps up and he's like, oh, yes bitches, I'm back. In the books, Draco runs from the side that he's currently standing on, which is Voldemort's side, and obviously like all of Hogwarts are on this side. He runs from this side as soon as he sees that Harry's still alive, runs back over to the Hogwarts side and throws Harry his wand to basically like help Harry. And like I just think that's such a powerful scene, like, or it would have been such a powerful scene to be in the film, and I can't forgive the producers for not including that, because it just would have shaped and changed so much of the ending. Like in the end you just see Draco and his family running away, and like it's not how it should have ended, okay? It's not how it should have ended. So back to some more general questions. What do you do career-wise? So in my actual job, I work in the charity sector and I work for an online fundraising platform. We basically help charities in the UK to fundraise online effectively and try and get as many donations as possible as they can virtually. It's quite a nice job, like I really do enjoy it. I enjoy the people I work with, I enjoy my actual work, like it's quite fulfilling because obviously helping charities, like that is something I've always wanted to do. One of my sort of goals before was always to move to London and to work in the charity sector and do something that I genuinely felt fulfilling, because before this I was doing a job that was in no way, shape or form fulfilling, and honestly I really hated. So it's like a breath of fresh air to be surrounded by nice, supportive people doing good things and actually giving back. And it's very important to me in my job that I do something that helps people and is something that's actually worthwhile. What is one thing that you wish you knew when you were younger? One of the most important things though, I would say, is that it literally does not matter if other people judge you or other people don't like you or other people think a certain way about you. Like, it literally has no effect on you or your life or your feelings whatsoever unless you let it. I was very shy as a kid and I like had no self-confidence, and to be honest I'm still really working on the whole confidence thing. Like, that is an area that I struggle with. I used to like care about what people thought about me, and now I can honestly say that I don't. Like, I really don't care. Like, if someone doesn't like me, like, that's your loss, do you know what I mean? If you don't like me, that's a you problem, that's not a me problem. And I feel like it took me up until I was like probably in my late teenage years to like really understand that. And also, at the end of the day, you are always going to be judged. Like, people judge you all the time, so you may as well just have fun and do what you want to do. Like, I truly feel like you're always going to be judged, like you're never going to make everyone happy. I truly feel like I'm just living however I want to live and not caring about how other people perceive that, and that is like so liberating to do. What is your go-to coffee order? I like this one a little bit lighter, so I typically go for an iced caramel macchiato, decaf and with oat milk. The decaf is important because you don't want to be shaking, because there is actually caffeine in decaffeinated coffee. The oat milk just because oat milk in coffee slaps, and also sometimes extra caramel drizzle because caramel is bomb. What has been the best and the worst experiences in your life? So the best experiences have probably been experiences that have really changed me for the better. So I would say when I went and lived in America for a year, that's probably one of the best experiences I can draw on. Like, I went to America a completely different person to how I came back, and I came back with so much like more confidence, so much more energy, so much more adventure within me to explore. It sort of like unlocked a part of me that I kind of knew was there, but like it pushed it open, if that made sense. Like, it just taught me so much independence and what I truly enjoy in life, and that is adventure and travel. And I got to meet so many people unlike myself and like hear so many stories, and just like forcing yourself to live in a different country where you know literally no one in that country, might I add. I'd never been to America before, knew no one in the country, and just decided to live there for a year with my family in a different country. Like, that is the scariest shit, and like the best stuff always comes from being outside of your comfort zone, and it was truly one of the best years of my life. The worst experience in my life was definitely losing my dad, like without a doubt the worst. Someone asked if you were a chocolate bar, which one would you be? And I honestly don't know how to answer that question. Something that is just way too sweet and like is overwhelming and you can't even finish it. You know what I'd be actually? I would be the white chocolate Oreo. You know, the dairy milk white chocolate. Oh, actually, no, not dairy milk. I want to say Reese's, because it's obviously Reese's have a lot going on. They've got like peanut butter on the inside, like hella chocolate on the outside, but like maybe like the white chocolate version. Definitely be a slab. Like, we're not doing bars here, do you know what I mean? It would be like a full-on slab, huge chocolate, like unbearably sweet. Comment down below, let me know which chocolate bar you would be if you could be a chocolate bar. Let me know which chocolate bar I would be. Like, obviously I'm really struggling with this question. The next question is, why did you start doing YouTube? I've been doing YouTube now for like just over a year, and as I mentioned, like when my dad passed away, I kind of just wanted to sort of have like a bit of a fuck it mentality and like just start doing things and make sure I live life to my absolute like optimal. I had thought about doing YouTube for like a really long time. I don't know why, but like for a few years I've like really wanted to do a YouTube channel, and I don't know why I've wanted to, but I've just always thought it would be like so much fun to like be able to film videos and like put them out and like edit them and stuff, and like I just was kind of scared to try. It's gonna be embarrassing, and then I just realised like being embarrassed is like a mindset. So like if you think it's embarrassing, then obviously you're going to be embarrassed, but I don't think it's embarrassing. I think it's fun. So like if other people want to think it's embarrassing, like that doesn't matter to me. Like, fair play, if they want to they can, do you know what I mean? When my dad passed away, I think it kind of gave me a kick to be like, listen, life is short. Like, you have to do everything you want to do and like just not let other people judge you and not care what anyone else has to say. And that's kind of why I started. It kind of was like, okay, I'm gonna do everything I want to do. So I just put out my first video and it was like so nerve-wracking, by the way. Like, I don't know what it was. Like, when I was filming my first video, like, you'll probably be able to tell, like, I was shaking. Like, I don't know why. I just was like, oh, this is so cringe. Like, what am I doing? But then I was like, you know what? Like, I am enjoying it, actually. And I'm going to see where it goes. So that's where we're at now. I'm honestly really glad that I started doing YouTube. Like, it's one of my favourite things, one of my favourite hobbies. Like, I'm obsessed watching other YouTubers. Like, I love when I get, like, new video ideas. Like, I just find it really exciting. To be honest, I wish I'd have started YouTube much earlier than I did, because when I was living in America, like I mentioned earlier, like a British girl in America, videos would have been so good. Like, people would have loved seeing what it was like having a British girl living in America and like the differences and everything, and like living in that kind of lifestyle. Like, that would have been so good for YouTube. I wish I'd have started doing it then, but yeah, I'm glad I've started now. Next question is, do you have any advice for anyone starting out on YouTube? The fact that someone has even asked me this question is insane. Like, as if you think I'm qualified to give advice. But what I would say is, if you want to start doing YouTube, you don't need any fancy technology. Like, I film all my videos on my phone. Do not get me wrong. I definitely want to get a camera going forward, but I'm just trying to do YouTube on a budget. So you don't need any sort of fancy technology. You can literally film it on your phone. Like, most smartphones are going to have like a decent camera. What I would say is, like, just start. Like, the first video you put out is gonna be trash. It's gonna be a shit video. Like, trust me, it's gonna be a bad video, but that's how you get better. The sooner you start, the sooner you're gonna improve. So I would just say, my advice is to literally just start. Like, just go for it. Like, it's gonna be cringe, it's gonna be like bad quality, bad editing, like, it's gonna be all this stuff, but you just have to start doing it to learn. If you do want some like specific technology, or I'd say definitely buy a tripod. I found having a tripod really, really useful. You can get a really cheap one from Amazon, but they are quite flimsy. You could also get a ring light as well, but I find those to be a bit difficult because I wear glasses and then the light sort of like reflects on the glasses. I like to film in natural light. I find natural light is the best way for like better quality videos versus artificial light, so I always try to film during the day. And that is the end of the questions. So hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, drop me any more questions below that you'd like to be answered. I am more than happy to answer them, and I'll see you all for the next video. Bye guys.